to go back to the Warner thing, that is a great loss for me and a real shame. I would say, I don't know, I never really know if that's because I grew up with Rob Warner as like this hero as well, but I think objectively he's an amazing commentator and the voice of our sport, and I think it's a really big shame to...
Yeah, it is interesting to think of that. So obviously we are quite tuned into this stuff. You're friends with Rob. I obviously know Rob as well, and I think anyone who has grown up in our era, etc., are going to be Rob Warner fans. He's got a huge fan base, a huge following, and he is, to us, he is the voice of mountain biking. He is the Murray Walker of Formula One. It's different. It will be very different without him. But I think also Rob's personality is everything that downhill is to me, definitely. It's fun. It's not too serious. It's a little bit analytical. It's just everything.
Yeah.
He sums up the sport perfectly, and it's crazy to think that a personality can sort of, what would you call it? Sort of
summarise something.
Summarise a sport. He is everything that this sport is. You put a guy there doing the commentary in a suit, the sport's changed. It's done. To me it is like it would look so different with a sort of, I haven't really got a good example, but like an Ian Wright commentator or something. It would look. It would be 100%. Awful.
100%.
We've seen it in other sports. Supercross, for example, to me, as soon as they changed the commentary team, like, who's this guy? Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's obviously reading facts off a sheet. Rob's so embedded in the sport that it's really going to be difficult to replace that. And, dude, who's going to do that job?
Part of it is...
Who's going to take that job, man?
Yeah. Part of it is a reluctance to change. And I try and stay aware of that. Like, I just don't want things to change. And stuff like Warner, that is a staple part of World Cup racing that I enjoy and I consume.
I think the saving grace, dude, is Elliot.
Yeah,
Elliot's
brilliant.
Fantastic. He's amazing.
But Elliot's not. That doesn't mean Elliot's part of Red Bull's broadcast team. It doesn't mean that he's going to be on next year. You know what I mean?
I suppose. Yeah. To me, that seems like the only semi-saving grace is that Elliot is the man.
Well, Elliot hasn't done an announcement yet, but I think he's currently Red Bull, so there'd be no reason why he would be Discovery. What do
you think Rob's move is from here?
Don't know.
Do you have any insight?
No, I actually don't. And I feel like it'd be like crappy to ask him at this stage. It's just too annoying.
Everyone totally.
Know, don't they? But
I'm sure he's getting a million texts.
Yeah, I'm fully with you with that. The reason something is good, I'm not a top trumps guy. It's not on paper. On paper, it doesn't work for something like commentary. It sounds really, really... You're going to have to bear with me on this, but it is like art. And art, you can't just put on a piece of paper. It's nuanced, and it's like it's all about the small things, and you take it away and it fucks up, in my opinion. That sounds really over the top, but do you know what I mean? It's
very difficult to imagine how good of a job he does.
Yeah.
I mean, challenge anyone to hit play on a race and try and talk over it.
Yeah.
Impossible. It's looking hard.
Yeah, even if on paper you've got someone who's a more experienced broadcaster, you don't have all the nuance.
We've even tried it on here, right? You just sit there with your mouth open.
Yeah.
It's tough. So, I don't know, man. I'd like to speculate a little bit that hopefully, Red Bull do something.
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know what even the options are. I'm fully. I just read that article and I'm with you in that, like, it's not worth being negative because it probably will be great and it probably will be fine. But I like certain things to stay the same.
And I think most people, I'd put a lot of money on the fact that there's, less than 4%. Actually, I go 3.5% of the audience don't like listening to Rob Warner.
Yeah,
it's probably almost close to 100% hit rate with that. I'd say it's fair, isn't it? So yeah, dude, crazy times really. It's unprecedented times for downhill. What's going to change? How's it going to change? What I think is also interesting, and this could be again been purely, I'm just speculating here, but the fact that the riders are putting together a union, or trying to put together a union, it looks like Loic and Finn Isles are going to spearhead that, especially Loic. Interesting that they're both Red Bull athletes. That, don't know, it just seems kind of crazy to me that, okay, you got 2 Red Bull athletes in there try and upset the apple cart. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Got,
I don't know, man.
Did you see as well, they got the team registration goes from 3 to 20 grand or something as well. So it's they're just cutting out all of the they're basically cutting out all of the feeder teams, all of the teams that have all of this young talent, basically.
Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type The Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!